Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Drew sits alone in the dimly lit room, the weight of his secret pressing heavily on his shoulders. His mind races as he replays the events that led to this moment. Willow, his once trusted friend, had acted impulsively, and now Drew finds himself covering for her. The tension is palpable, and every passing second seems to deepen the web of lies he has spun. He knows the consequences of truth could devastate everyone he cares about, yet the burden of silence is becoming unbearable. As he paces, Drew's thoughts wander to Michael. For weeks, fragments of a troubling memory have been surfacing, elusive and fragmented. The recollection is stubborn, almost teasing, as if it wants to break free but refuses. Suddenly, a flash hits him with an image, sharp and undeniable, of Michael at the scene. Drew freezes, heart hammering. Could it be true? Could Michael, the man he has always relied upon, have been involved in such a violent act? The very notion shakes him to the core, and yet the memory persists, demanding attention. Meanwhile, Willow remains blissfully unaware of the internal turmoil Drew is experiencing. She is dealing with her own sense of guilt, believing that Drew is shielded entirely by her actions. She doesn't realize that Drew's conscience is on a knife's edge, torn between loyalty and moral obligation. The room feels smaller, almost suffocating, as the weight of unspoken truths presses down. Drew wonders how long he can maintain this delicate balance before it all unravels. Drew's interactions with Michael become increasingly strained. Each glance, each passing comment carries a weight of unspoken accusations and suspicions. Drew is careful, measured in every word, trying to gauge Michael's reactions without giving away his own turmoil. Michael, unaware of the storm brewing in Drew's mind, continues with his life, oblivious to the fact that Drew has started connecting the dots, that the memory that has haunted him for weeks may implicate him in a crime he can't yet fully comprehend. The tension escalates when Drew decides to confront Willow privately. He needs answers, clarity, and reassurance. "Willow, we need to talk," he says, voice low, steady, but laced with a tension that Willow immediately senses. She turns, expression wary but attentive. Drew hesitates, weighing each word carefully, the weight of the truth heavy on his tongue. He chooses his phrasing, careful not to alarm her but desperate for understanding. "Something's not adding up about that night," he begins. Willow's eyes widen slightly, a mixture of curiosity and apprehension, as she senses the gravity behind his words. Willow tries to respond, her voice faltering as she searches for the right words. Drew studies her closely, searching for hesitation, signs of deceit. Every subtle movement, every blink, every pause is analyzed meticulously. The room feels charged, almost electric, as two people navigate a minefield of unspoken truths. Drew's mind replays the memory again, Michael's face, the position, the timing. The fragments are clearer now, sharper, almost demanding acknowledgement. Drew's grip on reality is challenged as he wrestles with the idea that he may have been protecting the wrong person all along. In the midst of this internal struggle, Drew recalls specific details that had previously escaped him. The angle of the shot, the sound of the trigger, the way the room shifted, each element now fits together like pieces of a puzzle. It's a revelation that brings both clarity and dread. He realizes that the memory points unmistakably to Michael, yet the implications are staggering. How can he confront this truth without shattering the fragile alliances and friendships he holds dear? Meanwhile, the hospital itself becomes a backdrop of tension as staff and patients move through their daily routines oblivious to the storm brewing behind closed doors. Drew's interactions with colleagues are marked by a new intensity. His eyes constantly scan, searching for clues, for confirmations of what he now suspects. Every casual conversation carries hidden meaning. Every reaction is dissected for truth. The pressure mounts, and Drew feels the walls closing in, the burden of knowledge threatening to consume him. Willow, sensing Drew's inner conflict, attempts to offer reassurance, but her words fall short. Drew's silence speaks volumes, the unspoken questions hanging heavily in the air. The bond between them is strained, tested by the weight of secrecy and moral responsibility. Drew wonders how much longer he can maintain the facade before the truth inevitably surfaces. He fears the fallout, not only for Willow but for Michael, for himself, and for everyone caught in this tangled web. The story takes an unexpected turn when an overlooked piece of evidence emerges. A photograph, a fleeting video clip, something previously unnoticed but now impossible to ignore. Drew studies it intently, heart racing, as the pieces of the puzzle fall into place. The evidence aligns with his memory recall, reinforcing the suspicion that Michael was involved. The realization is both shocking and terrifying as Drew contemplates the ramifications. He understands that the next steps he takes must be measured, precise, and deliberate. Drew's decision-making process is fraught with tension. He considers his options carefully. Confront Michael directly, confide in Willow, involve the authorities, or continue to shield the truth. Each path carries risks, and the moral weight of his choices is almost unbearable. Drew's internal monologue is a mix of fear, loyalty, and the desperate need for justice. He knows that one wrong move could destroy relationships, reputations, and lives. The stakes have never been higher, and Drew is acutely aware of the delicate balance he intensifies as Drew chooses to confront Michael indirectly. He begins subtly probing, asking seemingly innocent questions that carry hidden meaning. Michael's responses are casual, unaware of the scrutiny under which he is placed. Drew notes inconsistencies, subtle tells, micro-expressions that hint at guilt or at least knowledge of events he should not have. The tension builds, a slow-burning fuse that promises a dramatic explosion of truth at any moment. Simultaneously, Drew reflects on his own role in the unfolding drama. He recognizes that by covering for Willow, he has inadvertently complicated matters, entangling himself in a moral and ethical dilemma of unprecedented proportions. The weight of responsibility presses down, and Drew realizes that the truth cannot remain buried forever. He struggles with the fear of betrayal, the anxiety of confrontation, and the uncertainty of how Michael will react if confronted. Each passing moment magnifies the stakes, heightening the suspense for both Drew and the audience. The climax of Drew's internal journey approaches when a conversation with a trusted confidant forces him to articulate the fears and suspicions he has harbored for weeks. Words that have been unspoken, thoughts that have been repressed, are finally voiced. The act of sharing the burden brings both relief and renewed tension, as Drew acknowledges the full gravity of the situation. He now knows that he must act, that the delicate balance of secrecy and loyalty cannot hold indefinitely. In the final sequence of this unfolding drama, Drew prepares for the inevitable confrontation. The memory that has haunted him, the evidence that corroborates his suspicions, and the moral imperative to seek justice converge. Drew's resolve hardens. He understands that truth, no matter how painful, must be pursued. The audience is left on edge, anticipating the moment when secrets will be revealed, loyalties tested, and the intricate web of deception untangled. Drew's journey, fraught with tension, moral conflict, and suspense, reaches a critical juncture, promising revelations that will shake the foundations of relationships and alter the course of events in ways that no one could have anticipated. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.